And we are live, my friends. Want to say hello right off the bat to CLC in Florida and Blue Lou 777. To those of you who will be watching this on the replay, I'm going to go ahead and introduce these two great people to you, which is we have Sandra Ann McGibbon, Sam Reports, with us tonight. And we have Fight and Defend. He's pretty much becoming a regular here lately. I'll tell you, because both of these people are deep divers and they know so much about so many things. It really makes my shows easy. Hey, Mark Miller, how you doing? And God loving Grandpa and Donnie Newman. There's people coming in, so great. I'll go ahead and get started. I've introduced my dear friends Fight and Defend and Sandra Ann McGibbon, Sam Reports. So I want to gather you in here, and I want to tell all my subs that I appreciate you for being here. People coming into the chat. I want to ask you to hit the like button on the way in or the way out. Leave me a comment. I love comments. I always either give you a heart or I leave you a comment, one of the two. And hit that bell icon so you'll know when I'm going live. My PayPal will normally be somewhere in the chat. It's not something that I post. It's not something that I put out there for everybody to worry about. So if it's in the chat, it is. And if it's not, well, my mods aren't doing their job. But then again, that's okay. But I thought tonight we'd have a little fun. Everything's so bad. We're going to have some pretty harsh topics coming up here in the next few minutes, but we need to break it up. So tonight we're going to have some quizzes, maybe three. We'll have three short quizzes, and we have Trump Coin 2020, Commander-in-Chief on the back, Donald J. Trump. So we're going to give away three of these tonight, and each of us are going to ask you a question. And we'll see who gets the answer right.
Actually,
I'm going to put
these two, Bobby, because these are the other ones.
Yeah, we're going to give away one of these, which is a total silver color, and the ones that Fight and Defend and Sam have are the coins with the flag in the background. So that's what you got coming at you tonight. If you hang around for the quiz, we're going to break it up a little bit, but we'll have some fun with it at the same time. But like I said, we do have Sam and Fight and Defend with us tonight. And I'll tell you, in the midst of everything that's going so crazy, I can't handle it all by myself, to be honest with you. And so tonight we're going to talk about 5G, and we're going to talk about a lot more.
Yeah.
But, before I go into the banter here in the chat, in the show, I just want everybody to know that we're in the beginning of taking back America. This is the very beginning. It's starting to happen. We're starting to see things that out of the ordinary, that if we just look, we'll see that there's a lot of stuff happening around us that is unusual, but yet it plays right into what we think. So don't be surprised at anything that happens over the next few weeks. We'll see the rich and the famous and the elite in America for who they are. I really believe that. I believe that to my heart, that we're going to see a lot of stuff that we've all been hoping for. I can give you my opinion on these eventful days ahead, but I want enough to happen so you'll believe and know that we speak the truth here. Our goal here is to bring you the truth only found through deep and exhaustive searches. We do that for you so you don't have to. We do the footwork for the truth, and we give it to you freely. We're not here for money. We're here to only bring you the truth. And with that, I want to bring in Sandra Ann McGibbon and let her get started. If you have something about 5G you'd like to talk about, that would be great. If not, I'll throw you a topic. So it's up to you.
No, I can go on, but it's just Sam, please. Just Sam.
Okay, Sam, I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you. No, the 5G is a part of what's going on with this pandemic, is really about the 5G rollout. And what is really insidiously rotten is, and I take a beef with President Trump on this, otherwise I'm in neutral, and that's putting this 5G in our country at all. While these kids are at home and they're going to be locked down, there was a notice sent out to these companies who are installing this wicked thing that
Right.
they go into the school systems, Bobby and John, as cleaners. So, because many communities, the parents found out what was going to happen and they said no to 5G. So, the Board of Education and the town council said, oh, wait a minute. They backed off. So, underneath all the other shenanigans going on, they are going behind a lot of communities' parents' backs to install them. And we
That's-
all knew.
Go ahead.
Okay, so we all know that it's now proven, this is why many countries won't allow 5G in, that it will ruin their reproduction abilities. You want to talk about mass depopulation? They won't have to worry about being sexually active to produce anything because they won't be able to produce anything. And that's only one wicked side effect with this. So I don't know what we can do, and it's upsetting to me as we get more shut down, lockdown, whatever terminology you want to say about it. And we can't go to these town councils. We can't go to these Board of Education, yank them by the ear, put them on the street and give them a boot.
Okay, Sam, I got to stop you right there. Fight and Defend are both aware of exactly what you were talking about.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, I have a school not even a half a mile from my house. And of course, all the schools here in Georgia have been pretty much shut down. I have seen no schools open anywhere. Of course, I don't go a lot of places. But as I was going to the store yesterday, I noticed the school was closed and there was 2 police cars there and 2 construction vehicles. They were like, these Mercedes vans you see now. They've turned into work cargo vans, the real nice ones. And there's 2 cops sitting right beside them. They're both. I noticed they were both in their car. So what I'm figuring is they're putting 5G in the school.
Yep, and see, they don't want the parents to know, because the New World Order, the group of them, are going to go ahead, irregardless if everything was a martial law and we had troops on the ground in every nook and crevice of every town, city in our country. And it's just disgusting. And I'm praying, and I pray a lot of you will too, that President Trump will wake up to this and say, absolutely not, without parental approval are you allowed to go on federal property, install these reproductive killing machines, period. This has got to be consensual only. And he's got to step up and enforce it in one way or another. It's very, I'm very passionate about it. When you talk about our children, I'm telling you, I have zero tolerance. It's non-existent with me. I will take you down if I have to pull you by the ears and put you in the street.
Okay, now wait. I know John has an opinion on that about these kids going back to school and this is all over.
Well,
so John, go ahead and give us your input on that 5G.
Before I even say that, this is actually a letter that was sent home. This is from a good friend of mine who lives in New York. And this is the letter that the parents got. I'm not going to name the name of the school, but will be clean and then shut down. Certain construction projects will continue during the shutdown. Construction crews should be able to get some much needed work accomplished. I punched up schools having construction during shutdown, and every one of them uses that same line. Much needed construction. Okay?
It's like all the Walmarts needing plumbing.
Let me continue. Construction crews should be able to get some much needed work accomplished while students and staff are not in the buildings. Mobile security will be patrolling our buildings and facilities.
Hey, Tony.
So again, there is your law enforcement.
Oh, I gotta jump in there right quick. I mean, we got so many people in here. Just stay on that. We need our law enforcement. Tactical Tech, Sue Eason, Mark Miller, Epi Loves America, Defending Faith, Tony Patriot, my brother, Sue Eason, Tactical Tech again, Donnie Newman, Jeff B, CLC in Florida, Mark Miller again, and Jeff B. I just had to give those guys a shout out. I really appreciate them being here. Without them, we'd be talking to ourselves. So continue on, John. Sorry I interrupted you.
That's right. So we're seeing a pattern. Every school is saying the same thing. Much needed construction.
Yep.
Well, where the hell did this come from? I haven't heard about this in the schools. Number one. Number two, why do you need armed security at the school? First of all, whose property is that? Ours. Our tax money. That's our school.
Yes.
You're telling me I can't go on my school that I pay for? The other problem I have with that, they're having cleaners come in and clean the school, and then construction coming in after.
Shouldn't the construction be first?
Exactly.
I mean,
There you go.
come on, y'all.
Think about
You know why it doesn't matter to them, because installing 5G is not a messy job.
Well, they're not going to be cleaning. That's just another bunch of lies perpetrated.
Yeah.
But what we're trying to do, John and Bobby, is trying to get this message out to all the communities so parents are well informed by even word of mouth, two-way radios, whatever we can do, so they know not to just absolutely refuse to send your kids home until you absolutely know that thing isn't going to be installed.
Yeah.
Refuse it when this is all said and done, whether it's in September or end of August, and the kids are supposed to go back. Say, no, we're not sending our kids back. You put this in when we told you no. You're trying to kill our children's ability to reproduce. Never mind what you're going to do to their brain impulses while you're telling them in school that they need to concentrate, and you're bombarding them with 60 gigahertz. Forget this crap. I'm done with you.
Yep.
Heck with it. We don't need government that bad. We don't need government, period. We the people are supposed to govern we the people.
Well,
Sorry.
what we need to do Monday, actually, I have a high school, middle school, and elementary school just down the road. I'm taking a little road trip on Monday. And I'm going to actually confront law enforcement if they're there and see their reasoning. My message to everybody that's here, parents, grandparents, when the kids go back to school, watch their behavior closely. If they start complaining, they don't feel well, they're got ringing in their ears.
Yeah.
If they're whining a lot or crying a lot, like when you put them to bed at night, if they wake up having nightmares, watch that. This is all symptoms from this dang 5G. All right. My thing is, and I talked to both Sam and Bobby, if this starts being a problem, the entire damn town needs to get off their tail, get to the school at the next budget hearing and say, you're not getting a damn penny from us until you get this crap out of the school, because you know that the companies that own the 5G are paying the school a shitload of money to contain the 5G, yet they're still coming after your tax money, every freaking dime of it. So where's that 5G money going? Ask yourself that.
Yeah. You got all the elites. You got the Gates, and you've got the Bloombergs, and you got all of them up there, and they don't care about our kids. You notice how? Do you know? I don't know if you know this, but 5G. Trump refuses to let 5G near Mar-a-Lago or the White House. So what does that tell you? He knows something's up. Sorry, folks, but it's true.
Yep. So we have to keep a close eye on that, people. We really do. Like, I know here they just replaced all the street lights out here because LED is so much better. You can't see a damn thing. But on top of the lights is a little black can. It looks like the size of a soup can. And that's what got me interested in it. That is 5G. Every street light has it on top.
Yeah, because 5G it dissipates after 500 feet.
Right. So, just a thought.
Oh, and while we're on these, those things can be put together in an array and combine their power
Yes.
and direct beam any location or any person or individual for that matter. In any time sequence they might want to do it. If they want to do it 4 times a day, they set it up and it does it automatically. But the thing here, people need to understand about this 5G stuff. All right, we've got vaccinations coming. It ain't gonna be long. Then we're going to be here. The government say, okay, everybody's got to have this vaccination. We've got a vaccination for all of the coronaviruses and all of these other things that. And we're requiring every American to take this vaccination.
Yep.
In that vaccination, inside the needle of that vaccination, you won't see when they give you the shot, you won't see anything in the liquid that they're giving you because it's down in the needle already. And when they give you that vaccination, they're going to be because most vaccinations, as you know, are not deep IM shots. They're skin pricks. They go just under the skin, under all the 7 layers of skin. And they're going to drop a little teeny tiny chip when they do that.
We are talking the mark of the beast here, people.
Yep.
And if you don't believe us, just Google Mark and Melinda, or Bill and Melinda Gates.
Yep.
He has the patent for all this stuff. One thing I was going to say, I beg you people that are watching, go on Google 5G towers and look at all the different designs.
Yeah.
I said on the Bobby in Arizona, it is designed as a cactus. They literally have it in a fake cactus. So people don't know what they are. Just in case things get real bad and power goes out, or you're bored one weekend and you want to go and see where the towers are, keep that in mind. Remember where these places are.
Hang on, I'm looking to see if I can find that cactus right quick. Y'all keep talking.
So yes, they are the chatter already.
There it is. Okay.
Forced vaccination, people.
Now, I know y'all can see this if I can get you a clear shot. But now this is a typical cactus. There you go.
There it is.
You can see the forklift over there holding it up in the air, and that's nothing but a fake cactus. That's all it is, people. And they're so they're trying to hide this stuff. Oh, I know. It's because they don't want to corrupt the beauty of the area with towers and all this kind of stuff. Well, I'll tell you what, when they started doing cell towers down around Atlanta, they would find this little spot of trees and they would cut out the top of the tree and they'd put a new top of the tree in. But they were so obvious.
Right.
I mean, you could tell it wasn't even part of the tree. They didn't do a very good job. So, but here they are trying to hide the 5G, which it's really small. They can hide it. That was evidently a big transmitter there. But we need to worry about 5G, Sam. And
yes, we do.
Well, Bobby, you know what? When your government stops working for you, we got to make sure we replace that government. And this is government funded, it's government sanctioned, it's government approved, and it's against the people, our quality of life, our children, our grandchildren, if there's ever going to be any other great grandchildren, etc. on down the line. I'm sorry, I'm not anti-government. What I am is pro-American.
Yeah.
And when our children are being attacked, that's when I draw the line. And I don't care if you want to go under whatever magical little political realm you want to put your brain set in. It matters zero to me when it comes to children. I don't care if you're male, female, skin tone, religion, anything. You start after our kids that you got a problem because I've got a problem with you. And I'm going to make you me your problem. And I mean that. My best years are way behind me already. But our children and our grandchildren deserve an opportunity to live and thrive, not just exist, but to thrive.
This should be across the board for everybody. I don't know. I don't even care, if you're a socialist or whatever. It's your freaking kids, people. they've already had one school, and I didn't get a chance to look it up today. I had so many things going on. They already had one school where the parents fought the board and won, but unfortunately, the kids in the classroom now are all have cancer. Every one of them has a cancer in their system, and the parents were ticked. You can go on. There is a website that you can Google where every tower is located in the United States. It's listed. So what are they doing now? All of a sudden, there's no new towers listed. If you pull a permit for a tower, it is listed on that website. So how are they getting away with it not being on the website? They're not pulling permits. That's how the parents won against that school, is somebody dug into it and realized there was never a permit pulled in to put that tower in, that the politicians in town got a little money on the side to shut their mouths and allowed the tower to go in. These guys caught it, and the government said, nope, that's got to come down. You never pulled the permit, because if we allow you to do that, then we'll never be able to get anybody in town to ever pull a permit for anything ever again. This is what we need to do, people. We need to do this. We need to call these people down. Like I said, Monday, I'm going down the road. If the sheriffs are there, I'm going to get it on video. What are you guys doing here? Why is my tax dollars paying for you to sit in the driveway? For a cleaning company? What, are you afraid we're going to rip off their stuff? Explain this to me. And are you aware of the fact that what's going on here is going to kill your kids like it is, anybody that I know? We need to call them down. The time to be scared of these people is done. Done. Put your foot down or put your foot up their ass, one or the other.
Well, all this, I agree 100%. I mean, just think about it, both of y'all. We've already got, with smartphones, tablets, Wi-Fi networks, and cell towers, microwave transmissions everywhere. We're already being, irradiated already. And now they want to add, some hot sauce or chili powder, to the soup to spice it up. And that's all 5G is going to do. It's going to go ahead and magnify all the things that we're already using every day.
Do you know what kind of sickness?
They're telling me now not to use headphones.
Yeah. The kind of sickness that this is going to cause everybody. It's going to be phenomenal. Watch, the cancer rates are going to skyrocket.
Well, it also goes, it absorbs your oxygen. And I think that this CV business is also a blanket to hide that, because when they roll out the 5G, they're going to blame it on CV19, because It's going to have the exact same symptomology, but it's been blanketed deliberately. So this is not some mythology. This is true. They are going to use that to hide the fact that the 5G is causing the problems with the pulmonary, which is your lower lungs, because it absorbs the oxygen in those lower lungs. A lot of us have seen these tapes where people in China were keeling over from standing up. Poof. Well, that's because that Wuhan was the first place to put up full 5G, and It was robbing them of their oxygen. So poof, down they went, case closed.
But, and Sam, you and I talked about this a while back. What two places have the highest death rate right now from the coronavirus? China and Italy. Who got forced vaccinations last year, Sam?
That was another part of it. The forced vaccination, South Korea, Italy, China. Then you put in the 5G on top of that. Those two cruise ships, folks, in case you don't know, both of those are the only two cruise ships that were full 5G. Look it up. Fact check on anything I may say. Do it yourself. But there were the only two, period.
Yeah,
it was. So
see, I love having you on here, Sam, because I learned stuff. I didn't know that. My head was still over there somewhere in Agenda 21. And that all plays into this. And if you don't know what Agenda 21 is, it's 5G is a major part of the UN's Agenda 21, which is a depopulation plan aimed to depopulate the world by 95% worldwide, and equates to a 5G war against humanity. And what they're talking about, people, is reducing the Earth's population, just like the Georgia Guidestone says. When I went down there and did that video, we're going to reduce the Earth's population to less than 500 million. That means that almost 7 billion people are going to have to succumb to injuries and death.
Yeah.
One way or the other, they're going to die.
But go ahead, Sam.
Go, Sam.
Bobby, do you have a coin question?
Oh, good time for that. All right, I got a coin question. Now that we're into this 5G stuff, I guess. I just got to find it. I wrote it somewhere special. There we go. All right, we're going to get off topic, and we're going to talk. John, I want you to tell the story because you know it better than I do.
About what I got today?
The 845.
All right, folks. Now, we've been discussing this stuff, and this is actually to me, it's a very good thing.
It's deep, y'all. It's deep.
At 8:45 this morning, let me punch this up. At 8:45 this morning, 31 countries now played the same exact song, "You'll Never Walk Alone." Okay? So you think, well, that's kind of strange. 31 countries. Bobby has all the countries. I gave him all the countries. At 8:45, well, what is so interesting about 8:45? 8 plus 4 plus 5 equals 17. People go, all right, so what's the big deal? Q is the 17th letter in the alphabet. It was a silent Q drop. Q has not said anything in 10 days, because this is a silent Q drop. Yes, Sue, on the radios. There's actually footage on YouTube of a guy turning his channel to every station, and it was playing the same song.
So, real quick, let people know why Q would even be interested in what's going on in Europe. Let them know.
Them playing that song, "You Will Never Walk Alone." I'm gonna give you the lyrics here in a minute. Basically, is saying that it is on. The arrests are being made and they're being taken down. This is a tip. This is why I spend so much time investigating this stuff. You have to, it's like putting a piece of puzzle together. You got to figure out letters, you got to figure out numbers and put it all together. Now, yeah, and neither was I, Jeff, until I started this stuff. Now I sleep and try to sleep at night and signs and numbers are rolling in my head. I'm going to read you the lyrics. There's going to be a part of the lyrics. We discussed this a while back. And the first person, not on the board here, the first person to come up with the answer is going to get one of the Trump coins. Okay? Let me read you the lyrics. The song is, like I said, "You'll Never Walk Alone." The lyrics are, "When you walk through a storm, hold your head up high and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of the storm, there's a golden sky and the sweet silver song of a lark."
Read that again, John.
When you walk through a storm, hold your head up high and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of the storm, there's a golden sky and the sweet silver song of a lark. Who's the lark, people? We discussed this last week.
That's the question.
Yes.
Who is the lark?
There was two things I said to keep in mind about the lark and who it was. And it's very far-fetched for most people, I'm sure, when I first said it.
I'll even give you a hint. It's a very...
Jeff B.
Jeff B. got it.
John.
Jeff B. got it. Jeff B., you just got a Trump coin. I want you to let me put my email up here, and we'll let you email me your address, and we will get that to you right away.
When I first...
Congratulations, Jeff.
Yeah,
Congratulations, Jeff. That was quick. I thought it'd take a minute. Yeah.
When we first started talking about this, a cue drop was, when does the bird sing? And the answer was after the storm. When
Wait. We got to
What?
stop. We got to stop right there. I just happened to look. Somebody got it before him.
where?
Mary Wills.
Oh, Mary, congratulations. So what are you going to do?
We're going to do, since I made the mistake, we're going to send both of you a coin.
Yes.
Okay.
Woo-hoo. Congratulations.
I made the mistake. I
Mary
made the
and
mistake.
Jeff.
Yeah.
He said Jack. She said Jack Jr. And I missed it. So yeah, he said John Jr. So to make everybody happy and to make it fair, they both get a coin. How about that?
Yeah.
There you go. Let's
So
take a personal responsibility there, Bobby.
Got to
Yeah.
do what you got to do, brother.
Yes,
So-
you did. Sir.
so
Yeah,
the,
ma'am.
the drop was, when will the bird sing? The bird will sing after the storm. John Jr. was nicknamed the Lark. And then the next one I told you guys was, morning sun brings the heat. With morning being spelled Mourning, and sun was SON instead of SUN.
Right.
Morning sun brings the heat. DJT is the heat. Okay, which is Donald J. Trump. And then today, this comes out. If that isn't a hint for everybody,
Right.
I mean, this is just mind-boggling. When I first read that, I gave me the chills and I stood up in my chair. I'm telling you, you cannot, to have the power to have 31 countries play the same song at the same exact time, 8:45, and it had to be 8:45 to get 8 plus 4 plus 5 is 17, which is Q in the alphabet. And then the lyrics of every song there is in the world, that song has that lyric. Think about that.
Sure.
Now you know what's going on. You know who the insider is that has the information. It's payback time for his father's death.
Man, I hope so. I hope it is. But you know, that took some coordinating for every single radio station in 31 countries to play that song at the same time.
But it shows you how much power they have over us.
That's a heck of a talking point.
Think about that.
Let me just ask you something, Bobby or John. Which one of you, do you have a list of those 31 countries?
Yes.
I got them right here.
Yeah, I gave him to Bobby. Yep.
This is why I'm asking. Because there was a map, 2 maps actually recently produced. And one of them was about those countries that are putting in 5G.
Okay.
And which ones had CV19, and they overlapped them, and it was a match. So I'm wondering if those 31 countries were the 31 that were in the 5G too.
It was 31 in the 5G. That was the count.
I think it was actually 32 countries, if I remember correctly, and I could be at error here, but I know it was at least 31. And when they did the crossover between CV19
Right.
and 5G, they lined up perfectly.
And,
Yeah.
to add on to that,
Go ahead.
that's the areas that I gave Bobby are the biggest areas for child sacrificing.
Oh,
All right. That's one of them.
And that's with a map overlay like you're talking about.
The Netherlands, like I said, I just watched that video with a lady the other night talking about her husband, who she rolled on. To this day, him and his group are still sacrificing children, about 50 a year. And they're from the Netherlands. And she talked of all the areas. And she talked to us about some of the people that were there. And one of the people that she remembers being there because she was standing next to him was George Soros.
Of course. I'm not the least bit surprised by that.
Yeah. So, people, I'm telling you, good things are coming. Don't stress about this coronavirus. This is all the hype coming out is the deep state and the ones who are in trouble. This is their last ditch effort to try to destroy this country before they get locked down. They know it's coming. Some of the stuff that I got this morning from Tom Hanks and Ellen will blow your freaking mind.
Let's get to that in just a minute, John. Go ahead, Sue. I saw you had your finger up. We're not in class, so you go right ahead.
Oh, Sam.
I meant, forgive
Well,
me.
we're all, we've got so much going on that we want to share with people to help you be the best informed that you can be, to take care of yourself and your quality of life as we go through this very traumatic, very detrimental time in many other aspects of our lives, irregardless if
Amen.
it's going to be a good thing. So please be aware with us if we're a little bit, space cadets in my terminology.
We're
But
just burnt out. We're just burnt out.
Hey, Blue Lou said something. He said there were 180 radio stations playing it.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Thank
So
you,
that
Blue.
That's
goes-
right. I
that
love
goes-
my in the chat, man. They know what's going on.
All right, Jeff B. There are a lot of sports stars and celebrities with the virus now. Have you seen the latest photos of any of those people? They look like death. Everyone.
Oh, I know why. I know why.
Yeah, and why is that, Bobby?
They can't get their adrenochrome.
There you go.
Everything's under lockdown. People being watched. They'll be noticed.
All right.
There's a reason why the Red Cross wants blood.
From
Yep.
16 and 25-year-olds.
Yep. Let
They
me.
need blood infusions, not transfusions, infusions.
Yep. Jerry Cody just brought up a point. Ellen DeGenerate looks like an 80-year-old man. Yes.
Yes, she does.
Ellen had a shirt on today. She
Hang
dropped
on.
an
See if I
Instagram.
can find it.
She was
Go ahead.
doing Instagrams to her friends. She had a shirt on today, and it said 444 on it, spelt out FOR, FOR, FOR. Somebody, and I don't have the guy's name. I wish I did. Somebody was actually, she was standing at one point, and it spelt out RUNFOREST, which spells run forest. Well, where does that come from?
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump. And who was the lead role in Forrest Gump? Tom
It
Hanks.
couldn't have been Tom Hanks.
And who have I been saying for the longest time was the first to drop? Tom Hanks.
Here, I got it. Hang on here. See if I can bring this up.
Yes, Mark Miller, absolutely. It was a
And
warning.
people, I think y'all can get a picture of this, and I know you won't be able to see what's on her chest there, but I use piece of junk. Come on now. Don't do this to me.
Like the men.
Look at Ellen DeGeneres.
She looks like death.
Look at that. She
Bobby.
does not look well. And maybe you can see what's on her.
Yes, that symbol right there is very important, people. That
Look at
devil,
that.
that bloody devil symbol, that is all part of
And
the,
then that's what she's looking like. Look at her.
Yep.
She's
They're
showing
going-
her age, people.
They're going down. They are all going down. Now, Tom Hanks,
Well, while we're at it, I'm just going to give people a good look at that emblem that was on her shirt. So it
Yeah.
is a bloody, half beaten off face of the devil. So that's a little weird. Just thought that was weird. And then you're going to talk about this. So go ahead, and then I'm going to show this picture.
Mark Miller, go ahead.
That picture.
There it is. There it is. Run, Forrest.
And let me show you the other picture just so you know. That's what it looked like before somebody connected the dots. And then somebody connected the dots and
That's what
run Forrest.
you get.
So what does that mean? Tom
I-
Hanks, you need to hightail it out of here. Run, Forrest, run.
Everybody that she contacted today on Instagram are all people that are on the list of the PETA boards.
Oh, and just so people understand, this picture of the bloody devil hand on a volleyball was next to guess who? Tom Hanks. Isn't that something?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yes.
Run, Forrest, run.
Mark Miller. I saw a tweet about a naval officer saying he saw the barcode above the door and he recognized it. Yes. Bobby and I have both installed those fire doors. Those are fire doors.
Yeah.
And in all the ones I've did, I never saw a barcode. And nor has Bobby.
No.
What is the one thing or the one branch that has a serial number on everything they have?
Military.
Military.
Everything has what they call a nomenclature and a number identifying it. Everything does. Every item,
Oh, yeah.
down to the smallest little BB. Yeah, I know because I was in supply logistics, so I know how that works in the military, and they know where everything is. So yeah, maybe they're not in a hotel like they claim, because I've never seen hotels really with metal doors.
No. No, I haven't either. What else? I mean, I got so much stuff, but I don't want to overstep on you guys.
Well, Sam's I got something to say, and then she needs to ask her quiz question.
Okay. I just got a little story that I think might be a little bit more uplifting, but we'll have to see and watch how it comes out.
We need uplifting right now.
I was supposed to have an appointment with my care provider today, and I had called on Tuesday, and they said, well, it's still 3 days. We really don't know if what the governor's going to do. Call back. I said, okay, fine. So I called back yesterday, and I went through a whole bunch of rigmarole about, they wanted to do Skype and this kind of thing, and would I download this app? And I'm like, absolutely not. I'm like, no, not playing. So then they turn around and they let the day go by, didn't hear back. This morning, it wasn't even 20 after 7 a.m. this morning. I get a call from this office. Oh, we're just calling to let you know that your appointment's been canceled indefinitely. I'm like, okay, no problem. So then I had to run a couple of errands, and I came back, and about an hour and a half later, I get a second call. And this time it's another office staff and says, we're calling to reschedule the appointment. And I said, what are you talking about, rescheduling the appointment? I thought it was off indefinitely. I got a call from your office already this morning. And she said, well, things change really quick. So it might be a good thing because they made that follow-up appointment for only 2 weeks. So maybe that's a little bit of a message that they might know something that we don't. I'm not saying it does, but if the medical profession, which is really hinky right now about everything, is all of a sudden stepping back from indefinite to 2 weeks, maybe it is an indicator of hopefulness that there's going to be some clearing things up with this present condition. So it's just an idea, folks.
Well, everything that John and I have been able to come across here lately is I'm even going to give it a couple of extra days. They're fight and defend. I'm going to say the 15th of April. We're looking at the 11th.
I'm talking. I've said the 10th, 11th all along.
Yeah, and I was just trying to give it a couple extra days of leeway, But yeah, the 10th or the 11th. This is almost going to be a thing of the past in many ways, but not sure what ways that's going to be yet. But yeah, there's going to be a lot happening. So do your question, Sam, and we'll give away another silver coin, another Trump coin, 2020, and then we'll finish out the rest of the show on these other topics.
Based on the video I did this afternoon, what can be more deadly than CV-19?
Wow, that's a tough one because I watched your video and I can't even answer that.
Really?
Yeah.
It was in the title.
Look what Rob said. Is that it? Huh,
I
Jerry
can
told
see
me.
it.
5G, 5G, smallpox, the Democrats. All right, you got to give them a hint.
Starts with an F.
Wow. You're
we're
making
having
this difficult, Sam. The flu.
Is that the answer, Sam? The flu?
Nope.
Okay.
I said that more deadlier than CV-19.
Oh, my Lord. Finance. I
Probably.
don't know.
Okay. 4 letters.
Mark Miller said fear.
All right, Mark.
Congratulations, Mark Miller.
You've got my phone number. You can call me or you can email me, either one, or text me your address, and we'll get that in the mail to you beginning of next week. Monday, we'll have it in the mail. So, Mark,
Congrats.
you're also a new mod, so you got a little bit of a oomph there. So I'm glad you won that, Mark. You're a good guy. So now we've given away, a couple of coins. So let's finish this out on a different note. What is there going on right now other than the coronavirus that is something that you're really interested in, is something that you're really trying to pay attention to because of the outcome that's possible? I'm looking at this weekend being something bigger than normal.
Yeah.
Either don't have anything to say on that.
Yeah, I had said between the 20th and the 23rd, there was going to be a lot of activity going on. And there's stuff. I mean, obviously today we just got this, about the song playing on the radio. To a lot of people, that doesn't mean much. If you've been following us deep enough, it means everything, literally everything. Okay.
Yes, I agree.
One other good thing that'll make you people happy and smile is because of Trump's flight restrictions, the wealthy who didn't make flight preparations to their disaster bunkers last month will have to hunker down like the rest of us. These people paid over $150,000 in advance for a seat on a private jet so they could escape, and the plane is not leaving the ground. They are stuck with us. Well, boo-hoo.
That's why Ellen was telling Tom Hanks, run, Forrest, run. He's not in America right now.
Right.
But he may be under military arrest. I don't know. Or maybe they have metal doors down there in in Brazil. But either way, it's going to be people like him who are out of country and can get away from there that are going to get away. It's not going to be easy. I'm looking for the blackout, people. I really am.
It's coming.
I hope it happens tonight. I mean, believe me, I don't want to lose power, but I'm prepared for it. And the only thing different is I'll have to raise my windows, during the day because it gets warm. But other than that, it's life is normal.
When it goes down, all right, people, when it goes down, it's going to go down under the emergency broadcast system. Trump is going to take control over all TVs. So the lying media cannot change the narrative and say, oh, there's a bomb coming in or missiles coming in or some BS story. He is going to go over the emergency broadcast system, listen to what it says, and then you'll know it is game on at that point. Just listen, kick back, and just chuckle to yourself, knowing that these elites and these pedophiles are running like rats.
Go ahead, Sam. I can see you're busting open.
I was just, I have something in my heart and on my mind.
Go right ahead.
And that really is, everybody, I would like to ask you, please, even if you're not religious, would you please say a prayer for our homeless, for the people who go paycheck to paycheck that didn't know they needed to know that this was going down, don't have the supplies, don't have the places to scoot to. There is a town in Arizona that literally pushed all of their homeless out of town, literally forced them out. And I believe in the power of prayer, and I would really appreciate it that you would add these groups of people to your prayers, to put that beautiful golden Christ light around them for safety and protection, and that we will have more good Samaritans that will bring them foodstuffs from pantries or whatever it is that's available, that we as people of a good heart and spirit want to do for our fellow brothermen and sisters that are in need. They have children, some of them. They're not all drug addicts. They're not all losers, as the propaganda machines would have you believe. Some of these are really good people just down on their luck. And I just ask, please, say your prayers and think of them, their children, and the communities. And that we can pray for more people to step up to offer help and being good Samaritans to our fellow humanity.
Yeah.
Because they also have critters too.
Yeah, we are
dog food, cat food.
Yeah, we are definitely living in the middle of good versus evil right now, people. Trump is doing everything he can. Arrests are going down. People are going down. Like I said, the deep state and the elites, the ones that are in trouble, are doing everything in their power they can to destroy this country and make our lives miserable, because they know it's game over, plain and simple. Now, I've said it before. I've been following this stuff for about 25 years, and I'll admit it, I've been a pissed off individual for 25 years because I lived this stuff.
Right.
For the first time, I see a very positive end to this, and when this is done, life for all of us is going to be a hell of a lot easier. The way everything is lining up, all these companies like Ford is begging people, if you have a loan through us, please contact us. We'll refinance at 0%. We don't want your vehicles back. All these companies that were living high on the hog and screwing the little man now are begging to hold on because they know their time is up. In the end, it's going to be better. The 22nd, what's today's date?
20th.
The 22nd, we're supposed to go back onto the gold standard.
I hope so.
Okay. Watch and see that we don't have a debt reset, people.
I think we're going to have a whole lot of resets. I think during this time that nobody's going to be paying taxes, I think that's a perfect time to revamp the IRS or do away with it.
No, the IRS is going to get abolished. They're going to do.
Wouldn't that be great?
They're either going to do a flat tax or they're going to do a tax on whatever you buy. But the big thing right now is Trump is in the middle of destroying the Federal Reserve. That's why they're dumping their rates so bad. I got an article where they told banks, the Federal Reserve just told banks, we don't care if the people don't have the money, give them a loan.
They did that back in the day as well.
Absolutely.
And it put us in a heck of a recession because nobody could pay their mortgage payments, and they were all being repossessed, and we had the real estate crisis in America, which was terrible.
Yeah. Now, on a good note, speaking of that, we're headed to that again because of what they're doing. What people don't understand is Trump just came out and announced, because the stock market is in the tank, these companies, and we just had politicians do it the other day, they dump their stock in certain companies and they're going to try to buy it back at pennies on the dollar. Trump just tell them, hell no. If we bailed you out, you're not buying your stocks back. Watch and see our government doesn't seize these companies.
Yeah. And it's just, and I didn't get the names of them. There were several, but we had several government officials who made a lot of money in one day there. They and they're not supposed to do that.
Yep. Sam?
Two Republicans, Feinstein on the Democrat side.
Yep.
They both, as soon as they walked out of that meeting at the White House, that when they were informed in January of the CV-19, they went and sold their stocks. So this can no longer be tolerated. On top, just as we're all thinking, there are many layers to this, whether it's 5G,
Yes.
whether it's useless congressional leaders, whether it's worthless mayors, all these things, corruption running amok in the police departments,
Yep.
all of this, you just keep adding the layers, folks. Why do we need these people? Seriously, why would we need them?
Yep. This is, and I mean, we know because we've been studying this stuff. This is so freaking deep. This rabbit hole. And there's so much. And Bobby, I have days that I put Bobby's brain in a meltdown, and I feel bad for him. I really
That's
do.
true. That's true.
I really do. Couple things. Jerry Cody, was Oprah's house raided? The information the other day was yes.
Yes.
She came on and dropped some tweets saying that she heard her name was being said, and that she wasn't arrested and her house was fine, and that she was just sanitizing. Now,
Exactly.
now think about this. This is one of the richest women there are in the world. If somebody was dragging you through the mud and destroying your name, associating you with pedophiles and people that are into the adrenochrome, do you think for a second that you wouldn't be suing people? She is as calm, as cool and collective as she can possibly be. Think about that, people.
Well,
Now, on another thing with her, okay? Even if she wasn't arrested, the media is drilling her and calling her down and wants information on this. So she is spending her time now trying to defend herself. And the problem is there's so many pictures of her with people like Weinstein, Epstein,
John of God.
She can't explain all this. So she's screwed, plain and simple. She's screwed and she knows it. That's why she's being as calm as she is. Think about that.
Oh yeah, she's totally screwed. I mean, as well as I do, John of God was into everything from rape to selling babies to everything.
He was literally tying women up, intentionally impregnating them, and then selling the kids.
Yeah, exactly.
These girls were just baby factories.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, there's all kinds of pictures of her, kissing him and hugging them and all nice and friendly.
Yeah. So listen, it's fantastic news what's going on, people. Don't let the media stress you out. I know people are losing their jobs. Nobody's going to be losing their homes. The government's not coming after anybody's homes. If you think about it, we're going to be shut down for a certain period of time. Everybody, nobody's getting a paycheck. Yeah, they're sending us $1,000, maybe $1,500. Whoopee. When this is done, people are going to be so far behind that they'll never be able to get caught up.
That's right.
It's not going to happen. Trump's not going to let it happen. There is going to be a reset. We are going to have what they call a debt jubilee. It's happened twice in this country. Read up on it, folks. It'll ease your mind. Basically, the debts you have will be forgiven. We're going back to the gold standard, and we're starting all over again. So if you're short on toilet paper, but you got $1 bills, it's equivalent, because that's what it'll be good for at that point.
Don't forget, in most states, you have a food share or town pantries.
Yeah.
If your food supplies get low, and a lot of these town pantries will also give you rolls of toilet paper, some toothpaste, whatever. They don't always just give food. They give you a little bit of other hygiene products. So
here we have a lot of food pantries. And the word I got today was that they're practically empty already.
They have
People are panic begging for food, just like they panic buy. You know.
Yeah. But what they're saying now, Bobby, now is because a lot of places, a lot of restaurants and stuff are going to be closed, that they are donating their food to soup kitchens, food pantry type things, because they know if they leave it in their restaurants, they're going to get vandalized. So they're taking the loss. They're taking the loss and donating all their food so people can eat.
Well, they can't eat because we're not supposed to be gathering.
Listen,
They can make home deliveries, but don't forget, don't you have one more coin?
No, we gave 2 of them away at one time.
because we gave 2 in the beginning.
Remember,
Okay.
I had to give one to Mary Wills, I think it was. I'll have to go back and look at it, and one to Mark Miller, and then I gave one to, who was it? Jeff B.
Yeah.
I'll have to go back and look at it.
GKR Scratch family. Is it time to make a run on the banks? Yes, the banks are going to be closing down. They're going to be closing down, people. Go and pull some cash out and keep it close on hand. Seriously.
Yeah.
You know, Bobby, you brought up a point. Well, we're not supposed to be gathering. If it's happening and they're making, Trump made a drop saying it's actually happening quicker than they had planned on, which is a good thing. But I'm telling you people now, and I've said it before, they are obviously watching these channels, not just ours, everybody's channels, and see what goes on, because they are scared. Those elites that wanted to leave on that plane, that jet, comments have been made that they are scared, that they say people with pitchforks and torches coming after them. They know it. The government knows that we are fed up. Our patience are running out. Things are happening, but it's running out, and they know it. And they know they're not going to be able to hold us back. Think about it. I mean, they got the National Guard coming everywhere. All right, people are getting nervous. Think of the riots. How long did it take them to control them? And that was
the truth is, John, we all know that it really to lock down is actually unconstitutional.
Yep.
And the only reason they'd be able to do it is at the point of a gun, which is ironic considering they want to take ours. But I mean, whether it's the military, whether it's your regular cop, that's the only thing they have to enforce it. But it is illegal, and some people are not going to be as impatient. And when you're younger, you're not as using foresight, shall we say, to understand that everything comes and goes. When you're young, it's like everything, you have to have life like on a
This is my world right here today. Yeah.
Listen, they said when it happened, this was gonna set us back a long, long time. Now,
but we have to lead by example, and that is with the compassionate acts of kindness, the words, the actual behaviors, the words, how you present that. And if they don't want to listen, that's their God-given right. It's called free will, but that doesn't mean we can't be an example.
Well, let me put it to you like this. When it comes down to where if we ever have martial law or it's a crackdown for sure,
we're born.
Nobody, I don't care who you are, nobody is going to be welcome at my door.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just a plain fact of the matter. I don't care if you're hungry. I don't care anything about you. Do not come to my door. I have prepared for myself and my dogs and my mother, and that's it. I'm not taking in any beggars. I'm not taking in any vagrants. I'm not taking in any lost souls. They need to keep walking.
Think of this, people. Think of this, and it's very simple. We, as American people, are on lockdown, right?
Pretty much.
Yet they're opening the doors to our prisons and letting them walk.
That's something I cannot understand.
Think about that, people. That is your deep state. That is your elites. That is your evil that are going down. They're
hoping we'll spend all of our time rearresting them. We won't be chasing after the elite.
You know, a lot of people don't realize, Bobby, that silver bar that you had there, you were giving away in Venezuela right now. That 1 ounce silver bar will buy you a month's worth of food. A 1 ounce gold bar will buy you a house.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah.
That's what they want here.
Venezuela is what they want. They want America to be Venezuela.
And everybody keep coming back to shows like this where you have camaraderie, when you have support system built in already, and you know the people in your chat, and you know they're not shields or any trolls or whatever. You can, cut the trolls off right away. Keep coming to these platforms, because this is where you're also going to get the strength to keep going. Depending how long this all plays out, none of us know right now. So I wanted to add that into, this is one. Bobby does other shows, some with Fight and Defend, some with charity, some on his own. Please pay attention and don't be shy coming in, please.
Yeah. Mark Miller, yes, I did. I did. And that's a very interesting thing. Yeah, listen, I spend literally tons and tons of hours every freaking week getting this information, and I get it and I check it and I check it and I check it and I check it. And I do it for everybody that's here. I've known for a long time this was coming. I used to have my friends. I've said it in the beginning. I had a good friend of mine one day tell me, dude, your cheese has slid off the cracker. It really has.
Yeah.
Out there. But now they believe me. I do this for you guys so you can understand, because literally Bobby knows. Sam does the same thing. We're up till 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning every freaking day digging up this information. So you guys are aware of what's going on. We want you you are our family, and we want to protect you. That is my purpose in life. I've always been like that. That's why I was in the fire service. That's why I was in law enforcement. Is my goal in life is to protect the elderly and protect the very young. That's it. And to me, my job is to get this information out to you and have it be accurate so you know what's coming. So please, people, don't freak out. Good things are happening. When this is done, life as we know it is going to be different, as they've always said, but it's going to be much easier for us.
Yeah, Donnie Newman said she does the same thing. She's up till 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. I don't do that, thank goodness. But I do get up at 3 or 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
And then I go all day. So yeah.
Well, Bobby's like second shift.
Right.
I come from the old school, Mike. You go to bed with the chickens, you get up with the chickens.
Yeah. Kevin Morfan, do not be scared. Honest to God, good things are coming, and it's happening very, very fast right now.
Yeah, there's nothing to be scared of. If you're not a criminal, just stay in your house, keep your door shut. If they come knocking, meet them prepared, but they shouldn't come knock if you're not a criminal or they're not coming to seize your guns. Now that's a different story.
No,
but I don't see that happening here in the beginning. This is going to be it's all a covert exercise.
They're not coming for the guns, Bobby, because
they're taking us out of harm's way so they can do their job. That's what they're doing.
The military is here because, and it's been said from the beginning, on a couple things. Number one is when oh my God, I'm losing my mind. Not Biden, the other one.
Sanders. When
Sanders drops out, they are planning on burning cities. And
they said they was going to burn the city. Yeah.
And that is your Antifa in them. The military is here for them. The military is also here to protect our food warehouses and do military escorts for the truckers from the warehouses to the stores so we get our food. They are going to be more than tied up just handling that. They ain't got time for the rest of us. Just everybody kick back, relax, listen to what's going on. But when this is done, and I'm going to continue following this even after it's done, When this is done, Trump has done his part, then it is our turn to do our part. And the first thing I'm getting up the asses of these school boards on this 5G, and I'm not going to stop. This is our golden opportunity, people. He has taken the threat away from us. The rest is up to us. When he says he's given the power back to the people, this is what he's talking about. It is up to us to never let this happen again.
That's right. And we gave our power away willingly. You know, and we did it a long time ago, Sam.
Yeah,
Go
but
ahead, Sam.
we weren't really aware that we were doing it, and if things get locked in the fray, and we've had so many foreigners coming in and not being up to par with our, you know, what it would have been like back 50 years ago even. And so, you know, it's kind of hard. Again, it was a case of we weren't aware we needed to be aware. And
right.
we've been sugared.
Yeah.
But you know, Kevin Morfan, I know your real name, but remember to, when possible, you know, make sure you're connected to your neighbors, or even if it's just one or two, you know, maybe have a phone system rigged up, or if you call and just say one word, that means you're in trouble, so you're not alerting anybody or anything. You know, do a little prep work on that, but you're not alone. You've never been alone, and it isn't just quote unquote Q. It's up there too. And then when you in doubt, you come to these platforms, because we're here for you. You mean a lot. Every one of you do.
Philip Turner, he brought up a point. I still don't feel like the law has the people's backs. In fact, by releasing criminals by order of whom, we are more endangered. Yes. It's not law enforcement that's releasing them. It's the politicians. It's the deep state that are doing that. They want chaos. In terms of law enforcement, Trump just came down and gave a big push to law enforcement, making it mandatory death sentence if you kill a cop. But if you read that bill deep enough, it also says in there that the cops basically need to get their act together. I have said the issue since day one because I was there. Cops lost the respect of the people when they became militarized. When this is done, they have absolutely no reason to be militarized anymore because the threats are gone. Just like, really, honestly, we don't need TSA anymore. These threats are going to be gone because the cabal is gone. Will it happen? Probably not. But issues like that are going to be dealt with when this is done, Philip, because, they can't keep going the way they're going. If they do, they'll run out of people before we do. And I hate to say that because I was one, but that's what it'll come to. Big changes are going to come, and that's one of them.
Wow. That's deep. But that's what we can expect. We don't really know, but we can expect anything. And it's going to be something. It's not just going to, the days aren't just going to meander by like they have been doing. There's going to be some stuff happening while we sleep.
Right.
You know, and we're going to wake up after a couple of days and we're going to go, wow, you know, that they did their job. I hope that's what we're saying. I hope we see a whole lot of people disappear from the public eye.
You know what, though? We are, and we're not being told it yet. We're not being told
know
yet.
where they're missing because, you know, with the propaganda machine and the criminals on the Hill in DC, that's all the eyes are focused there now, besides the grocery stores. Let's put it that way.
You know, I mean, think about it, people. How long? I mean, I've only done a few shows with Bobby, but I've always said a big red flag is coming. A big red flag is coming.
Yes,
I've
sir.
said it over and over and over. This is our red flag. This is the biggest distraction ever. And why? Because the arrests are here, and they need to take the what's the word I want? The attention off of them.
One of the indicators, John, remember, is supposed to be President Trump is not supposed to be on U.S. soil at the time that the
correct
big ones go down. So he won't be on soil. So look for that. I think it's I don't know if it's the Guardian or the Conservative Daily News. There's one of those sites, and I have to go look. I've got like 50 resources.
So do I.
Yeah.
And but they have his schedule. When you start to see something funky or a blank that doesn't look quite right, that might be an indicator, folks, to start being aware, on that. So he's not supposed to be on the soil if it's going the way we suspect it's going to go.
Yeah.
Right.
And-
Okay. Real quick, GKR Stretch family, get in contact with me, call me or text me something. I'm not sure that I have your number. I don't know your name by GKR Stretch family, so I probably know you by another name. So get in contact with me. I'll let John know, and y'all can get together.
Luciano asked myself or Sam, will there be a nationwide class action lawsuit against the MSN?
Probably not.
Sam?
I wouldn't think so. I think it's highly unusual if that would be. It could be, but how many? Think of it this way, Luciano. When you see legitimate groups of people who have a solid case, rarely do they come together and bring it as a class action lawsuit. So I would suspect that if anything, it may be federally done. If there's enough people pushing what's left of the government at that time. But I find that there's a real huge reticent. And then on top of that, it's where are they going to advertise people who are going to be the victims that are willing to? We don't know what's going to be with our media, and we don't know all those networks, whether it's YouTube, Google, NBC, CBS, Fox, we just don't know yet. But it's very hard to get people's knowledge aware to create a base to do a class action lawsuit. So that's my answer.
I think the lawsuits are going to be the last thing that happens during this time. I think it's going to be once we see these things that we hope and pray are going to happen. Once we see arrest and we see the IRS, being affected and all these other things, things aren't going to be back to normal just automatically. It's going to be a growing process and a learning process because they're going to have to replace 70% of Congress. I mean, our government's going to be depleted, the Republican side and the Democrat side, with their pedophiles and the corruption being gone.
Yep.
And when that happens, we're going to be left with a skeleton government.
Yep.
And we're going to have to build from there. And yes, GKR Stretch family, I know who you are, brother. Got you.
My answer to that question, they're going to be non-existent. And why do I say that? Because all the money men in those groups are going to prison.
Yep. I believe so.
So think of it that way. Not MSN is going to be non-existent because their money men are going to be gone. Unless other people step forward with money, it's going to be a long time before we have to worry about them again.
Sam, let's see here. Kevin Morfan wants to know if you're in New York City.
No,
you're in Connecticut, right?
Connecticut.
Okay. I'm not going to ask you what town. You might have a stalker somewhere. So I won't ask you what town. Yes, the Rothschilds are also in the news, but not in the mainstream. You got it exactly. And that's what you're not going to hear the news that we bring you on the mainstream media. It's not going to happen. We're not three people who just go on Google and look at the first news item that pops up, and that's what I'm going to do my video or show about tonight. We actually dig deep and we search and we go through the process called research. Yeah. And I mean, if you took the hours that the three of us spend every day, there would be no time for sleep. We would literally be doing research 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
Just the three of us. And we hope there's many more out there doing the same thing. But we do it for you, just like Sam said, and just like John said. We do it for you so you don't have to. And we're not doing it for money.
Yeah.
You haven't seen my PayPal at all in the chat. I haven't asked for it. I'm not going to put it there. The truth matters more than any amount of money.
People, watch for Anderson Cooper. Okay.
Go ahead and tell who his mama is.
I'll put that out. Go ahead, Bobby, with that, because I got another thing I want to watch. I want to have them watch. Go ahead.
Yeah, just so you know, Anderson Cooper, you know, the gray-haired cutie pie on the news. Well, not only is he a flaming faggot, he's also the son of. Bail me out. I just forgot.
Vanderbilt.
Oh yeah, Gloria Vanderbilt. That's her mom. That's his mama.
And he is huge
so he,
in the pedophile ring.
Yes, huge pedophile ring, and that's where I was going with that. She's in there with the Rothschild, Smithfields, Windsors, Morgans, and all the rest of them. All these elite pedophiles and pedivores. But yeah, we can't wait to see these perp walked. Can't wait to see it.
Don't forget, it's not just going to be in the federal; it's also going to be in your states. Because a lot of us have got governors who have committed treasons and sedition and on down the line. So it isn't just going to be on the criminal hill in DC, folks. That's what I call it. So, but remember, it could be very impactful just in your actual state. And you don't know, it may even trickle down to a few mayors.
Jerry Cody, yes. Anderson Cooper and Sandy Hook have a connection. Two things, people. One, if you get a minute, and nowadays people are going to have a free minute, look up the Black Eye Club. It's not an official club, but it's been named by us people. It's called the Black Eye Club. And read that, number one. Number two is if you're planning on buying a weapon, you better do it soon, because it looks like the FBI is going to stop approving gun sales because of the coronavirus. They're going to be a bare bones skeleton crew, and they're not going to be worried about getting gun sale apps through.
Well, I'll tell you what, and I'm probably going to go to jail for this or lose my channel. But yeah, I've got a concealed carry in Georgia, and we don't have to have a background check. So come on down here and see me, and for 20%, I'll be more than happy to buy one for you.
I'm kidding, guys. I got to go find another site to go to.
I've got to put a disclaimer there. No, I just did that for the shock value, but no, I'm kidding. I wouldn't do that. I've done it too many times already. But if we can't have a little fun, you know, we can have a little fun. They want to come knock on my door. You know, they didn't come to my door when I tweeted to Hillary and told her I'd like to see her hanging from a tree in Central Park. They just canceled my Twitter for life. So they're not going to come bother me. They know I'm not serious. They know I'm not.
You know, I'm borderline.
They should know I'm not dangerous.
I'm borderline already getting a knock on my door, and then you go and pull that out there. Thanks. Jesus. I'm the guy they'll keep in jail.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
I hope some of you are smiling in chat, if not outright laughing.
Holy Christ, man. Nothing like throwing us under the bus, Bobby.
Oh, I'm telling you, man. But just be glad it's my URL and everything that they'll come check on.
Not only did you throw us under the bus, but then you backed the thing up over us again.
We wanted to make sure that we got all four wheels connected there.
What did you talk about,
John? Jesus, God almighty.
Oh, Sue Easton says, don't worry, Bobby. The courts are closed.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but it's now it's we'll be in military tribunals now.
No, you're right, 12E Georgia. I shouldn't be joking about it. And to be honest with you, that sort of came out without meaning to, and so then I just made a joke out of it. But yeah, I mean, we're just having a little laugh among friends. You know, everybody knows I'm harmless as they come, as long as you don't come to my door hurting my family. You know, we'll be fine. I'm not going to hurt anybody. Uh, and I don't like to hunt, so they're going to have to come to me.
One thing, real quick, because I mean, obviously, people are going to have time. People look up, and this blew my mind. I was going to do this as another show, but look up Whidbey, WHIDBEY Island in Washington.
Whidbey Island.
And look at the islands all around there. Those islands are owned, for the most part, by the elites. People, I mean, $1 million homes, heavy $1 million homes. Ironically, they a while back they had 50 pounds of meth bust on the islands, and then they got a problem with children disappearing there on the islands. And oh, that's right, Oprah Winfrey just bought a house over there for $8 million last year, and now all of a sudden, well, they had 3 arrests in Washington and 84 kids were rescued, but now all of a sudden on the island, they're doing a blood drive because they're low on blood.
Oh, how about that? Oh, and also while we're talking about Whidbey Island, that's also the place that one of the missiles was fired from at Air Force One when Donald Trump was flying from Canada to South Korea. There was a missile fired of him. I've got a picture of it. I could dig it up. But they say it came from a submarine off of Whidbey Island.
Yeah.
That's where all the elites live.
Read what Mary Willis just wrote.
Katron and OR live there. Yeah. Missile silos. Yeah, there you go, Mary. Good deal, Mary. Keep it coming.
So what better place for them to be when they have their own missile silos?
Sure. Yeah.
But it's funny. You read the names of the elites that live over there, and what do they have in common? They're all listed in all these pedophile rings or the Peterborough or the adrenochrome. They are all freaking connected.
Yeah. Now, I'll tell you what, I really want to get into that adrenochrome stuff, but we haven't prepped each other. But I'll tell you, man, that's I think it's going to be a real problem for these people, just like we saw Ellen DeGeneres. I guarantee you, if you saw Hillary Clinton right now, she'd look 80 years old.
Yeah. On that, 2 things real quick. Mary Willis just brought up a very good point. Interesting place for a hunt. Think about that.
Right.
Interesting place for a hunt. We're not talking 4-legged. Interesting place for a hunt. What movie just came out? The Hunt. And what do they talk about? The elites chasing down and killing people like us.
Yep.
Yeah.
Conservatives.
Think about that. The other thing is, you were talking about Hillary. Did you see Chelsea Clinton today? MF and Trump.
Oh, she was mad.
Mad. She looks like death.
Yeah.
Again, another one. She looks like she's 80 years old today.
They're not getting their adrenochrome doses.
That's right. They're having withdrawals. I will say this real quick. I wasn't able to find it, but from the most that I remember, this was a drop from Tom Hanks. Okay. And it was addressed to his friends. And it said, basically, be careful what you say. They are on to us. We underestimated them. They have figured out our codes, meaning people like us, and not just our channel, but a lot of these other guys that are really good at doing this. They are on to us. And then it ended with, by the way, and I'll put a quarter. I'll put a quarter in the can. For you fuckers that are talking, remember, I have as much dirt on you as you do on me. End quote.
And that came from Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
On his Twitter.
It was either his Twitter or Instagram.
Instagram. See, so yeah, he's scared. He's telling them, he says, "You don't think on me, people, or I'll rat you out too," because they're all part of the same problem.
They're crumbling. They're going to roll on each other. They're going to be like canaries. You know, I used to remember when I dealt with the gangs and we'd be out in the streets and I'd go confront these guys, and these guys were all badasses out on the street. You get them alone in a cell, and they cry like babies and sing like a canary every time. They'll be out there banging their chest, my bro, we don't say nothing to you pigs. Get them in the station or get them in the cruiser and
Sing like a lark.
Whoa, every time. They'll throw their buddies under the bus so freaking fast to keep themselves from going to jail. That's what's happening now. When you see Ellen tell Tom to run, Tom's telling people to shut up, otherwise she's going to roll on them. It's falling apart.
Yeah, that all makes sense. What do you think, Sam?
Yeah, I think so too. It's just, again, it's the timing. And I think, like a lot of people, we're just kind of chomping at the bit for some pressure valve release. And we haven't had that yet. So I think there does need to, because, you know, I interact with various platforms that will adopt variety of topics, and
Right.
it's almost gotten to, you know, really, really crazy. And it's sad, but you understand it, because you add anything more and it just might be that last thing that Trump doesn't want, and that's total chaos and mayhem and craziness from the people on the
That's right.
street, which I think he's trying to avoid
And
as
that's
much
why
as possible.
and that's why the military's out.
That's why we need just to be, and I know people are going to call me on this. We just need to be good little citizens and take a sabbatical at home.
Listen,
We
Bob,
need to get us some puzzles or something and plenty of fruit or whatever, and just stay home. Don't go out in the streets, because the people in the streets are the ones that are going to be being arrested when this time comes.
yeah,
Let them arrest those people
and it's going to be swift and ugly.
and protect your home.
Two things. Yes, Jeff B. People, watch that. Remember the Oscars, Ricky Gervais' speech? Watch the Oscars of this year and watch Ricky Gervais. He throws every one of these pedophiles under the bus, every freaking one of them, because it was his last year of doing it. He didn't give a care what he said. You guys got to watch that. That is great. The other thing is Kevin Moore fan. What's up with the one glove pictures from Tom Hanks? And I told you about that one today, Bobby. You want to explain that? The one
I'm not
glove,
sure.
the one glove, one shoe.
Oh no, I'll let you tell that one. I don't know it well enough.
The one glove. What's this symbol?
Illuminati.
That means you're part of the Illuminati. No, I just plugged up my glasses. That means you're part of the Illuminati. They're sending out everything they're doing right now. They're sending out hints. Ellen DeGeneres today did an Instagram drop talking about putting together a 4,000 piece puzzle. She mentioned 4,000 piece puzzle probably 10 times in that little speech. She's dropping hints. They're dropping hints. Everything they're doing, they're dropping hints. Tom Hanks has been dropping hints. The Corona typewriter that Tom Hanks had, the Corona typewriter that Madonna just had. There's reasons for that. Those are all hints, people. And it's up to us to figure them out. But what it is showing is that they are involved.
Amen. Yeah, they're definitely involved. And I'll tell you, those old Corona typewriters, they weigh like 30 pounds. I mean,
Yeah.
they're, it's not like you can just pick one up and walk off with it like a cell phone. And it's a manual typewriter from the 1940s and 50s. I mean, who's going to travel with a Corona typewriter?
You got billions. You have billions of dollars, millions of dollars in your bank account, and you're going to go from the States all the way to Australia with that thing behind your back? Are you freaking kidding me? But ironically, if you look at a picture of Tom Hanks and his wife, look at the hat that she's wearing. The name on the hat, you run it. It is a company that makes wetsuits and stuff for surfing out of New Zealand. What's in New Zealand, Bobby?
Bug out locations.
For
The elite.
there you go.
Of course. As a matter of fact, not in New Zealand, but also some of them are going to Bolivia. The Bushes, for instance, they have a compound that is 140 miles square. Okay. And the perimeter is guarded by the Bolivian government. And it is their personal bug out location.
Yeah.
And it was owned by the old man and even his old man. You know, the one who supplied weapons to both sides during World War II.
Absolutely. Let me say one more thing, and then I'll shut my pie hole so Bobby and Sam can finish off. One thing that I have been following closely, and it appears to be very accurate. There is a reason why Trump went to North Korea. When he went to North Korea, South Korea, there's an area of land there, basically, that's no man's land. And what is in that area of land? A lot of our MIAs and POWs.
That's right.
Trump has been hinting that he was bringing our men home. Apparently, there's an agreement with, believe it or not, North Korea and South Korea to bring the remains of our guys home from the Korean War.
That's right.
So,
hey, I'm sorry, but Chris Link, you're in our prayers. He said he just had an earthquake right now.
really?
Wow.
So
Where is he? Oh, Nevada.
that's what KM asked him. Wow, Chris, what state? Earthquake where? Said GKR Stretch. So yeah.
Where did they just have the earthquake the other day?
Was it
Utah?
Utah, yeah.
Hey, Chris, keep an eye on that after that, please, and see how far down they say it went. Utah was 6 miles.
Chris said Nevada.
Okay.
So he lives in Nevada, which is not far from Utah.
Interesting that they're having earthquakes there. Very interesting.
Exactly.
Because the tunnels are about, what, 4, 5, 6 miles down? And the one in Utah the other day was a 6 mile deep. Not very deep. Keep an eye on that, Chris, if you would. And I mean, our prayers are with you guys. Hang on. Yeah, I'm sure your dog and cat are freaked out.
Yeah, no doubt about it. They don't know that stuff's coming anyway.
No.
And yeah, Kevin Moore, you're going to be like a lot of people. I, for one, I used to love Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
You know, I enjoyed his movies and all that, but you know, he's been turned into something evil, or maybe he was even evil then. We just didn't realize it because there's a girl by the name of Sarah Ashcroft.
Yeah.
And she swears up and down and has written many times about the fact that when she was 13 years old, he purchased her from her father as a sex toy. And but that's okay in Hollywood. If you don't believe me, just ask Corey Feldman.
Yep. Yeah, it's crazy. The Black Eye Club, people, when you look that up, it's going to surprise you of all the actresses. A couple of them that I always had the hots for when I was a kid. It blew my mind and just destroyed me last night. One was Demi Moore. And the other one was Reese Witherspoon. All right.
Yeah. And then you'll see the Pope and
a couple of popes. And it's always the left eye that got bashed in. Now.
Yeah, if you see one on the right side, they've just got the picture reversed on the negative is all it is.
Now
it's always the left eye.
The funny thing is today in the news, Fox News, Demi Moore just comes to surface wishing her ex-husband Bruce Willis a happy birthday and thank you for the wonderful gift of 3 children. And then right after that, there's a whole article on Reese Witherspoon talking about when she was a child, how she was treated in Hollywood, how they were so mean to her and the things that they did to her. And I'm going, well, isn't that a coinky-dink when these pictures just came to surface again?
Yeah.
Now, with that note, they're prepping themselves. They're looking for the sympathy. You know who else is doing it? Nancy Pelosi.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Watch and see when she goes down that she doesn't try to plead an insanity case.
Oh, it wouldn't surprise me if they all do. But let's just keep our fingers crossed and let's hope and pray that we are on the right track. We've been pretty close on track since January, so maybe we'll continue on that track of being able to uncover these truths.
Yeah.
Sam, do you have anything to say before we shut her down for the evening?
Poor Sam.
Well, first, Bobby, I just want to say thank you for having me on.
Always.
Much appreciated. John, it's always good. And to all the chatters, thank each and every one of you for supporting us individually, collectively, each other in chat. Chris, you're in my prayers. Melody, you are also in my prayers, my friend. And just know that united we stand and divided we fall, but we are one nation under God.
Yes.
Amen.
And we will get through this, people, and we're strong. We are a family. Everybody that's here, we're here for the same purpose. We are the true Americans.
Thank you, Scarecrow. I appreciate that. Yeah, we are the true Americans. And if you'll notice, we're not the young Americans.
No.
If we took a survey of everybody in the chat and us three here on screen, we'd probably have a mean age somewhere around 60. And yeah, but see, there you go.
Hey, easy.
I know you're young. I know, but you'll get. There's enough of us old folks out here to bring that down to 60 a little bit.
Let's just say I'm in the 50+ community.
Yes, Philip, you can have a cracker. I'll have to get you. I'll even give you a can of Vienna sausage with it. How about that?
There you go.
But anyway, I'm going to get out of here, Sam. I want to thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's always an honor and a blessing and a joy to have you on. It's always fun. So you're welcome back anytime. And it's time for you to start doing live streams and get out there and put your face in front of these people. So what you need to do is do that, and I'll be your first guest. How's that?
I'm not tying up anything.
All right, everybody, pressure her to get busy on doing some videos, and that's the same for John here. He doesn't do videos or live streams, so we'll get this all together though.
Listen.
See, together collectively, and we're not the Borg or anything like that, but collectively, three like minds together, we're going to keep bringing you the truth. And we're going to keep bringing it to you, hopefully, in truth and honor you and honor us by keeping the truth positive and, not listening to the lies and the deceit and the evil that surrounds us all the time. So we've actually ran over about 45 minutes, which I think is great. I've never done that before. So we've had a good time. The chat's been great. I want to thank all of you, Tony Patriot, CLC in Florida, Philip Turner, Kevin Morfan, Sue Eason, Chris Link. I hope everything goes well with you after that earthquake, brother. Philip Turner, 12B Georgia, KM, Donnie Newman, Jerry Coate, Mark Miller, Linda Horner, Sue Eason, Margot Dahlgren, always good to see her, and Scarecrow, Mary Wills. Gosh, there's so many of you came in here. Phil C. Thank y'all for coming. We're going to shut it down.
Yeah.
We did an hour and almost 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So thank y'all. I appreciate you. Thank y'all for hanging with us. And we're going to get back out of here and because it's an hour past my bedtime.
Yeah. And I got to get back on the computers and find some more stuff. So people, it's going to be coming in fast and furious now. So get ready.
All right. Everybody wave. Bye-bye, y'all. See y'all later. Thank y'all for coming. God bless. See you. See you Sunday morning, 11 a.m. for Bible study. See you then.